Just before the video starts, I'd appreciate if you guys all would leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, show some love, because it really helps me out more than you'd ever think. Thank you and enjoy the video. First step is easy. Everybody should know this. Every player. Like, I see so many people, they're just using default HUD. You gotta make your own HUD. Your own HUD. You don't get better at the game if you don't make your own HUD. You need to have your own HUD. Go into settings right here and create your own HUD. Figure out, go into creative, test, just build. You gotta create your own HUD and see what is good for you so you can become better and learn the HUD and have muscle memory and just become crack. Like, you'll be able to do 90s, everything. Just create your own HUD. That's number one. Another thing people gotta realize is that this game, although it has the same it's the same thing as a build shooting game, this game is completely different. Like, you can't just jump, you can't just build, it's probably gonna get better over time, but one thing you gotta realize is that the game is different. It might look the same, but it's completely different once you start playing, and you realize that every good player will realize that. I would say what you gotta do, you just gotta play the game. You literally just gotta play the game. You're not gonna get better at anything if you don't keep doing it and practicing. You just gotta keep playing, keep getting better, and keep practicing. That's the only way you're gonna get better at the game. And that's honestly, like, I'm not the best, but I keep on playing, and that's how I keep on getting better and keep on improving. You just gotta play the game and play the game. Third step I would say is that you gotta understand the game. So playing the game is one thing, but understanding the game is a whole nother thing. You gotta learn techniques, you gotta do this, you gotta train, you gotta understand the game. The mechanics are completely different to other games, other shooting games, different types of games, completely different. You gotta learn everything. And once you learn everything, you're gonna become better and be able to outsmart your opponent that doesn't know everything. Another tip, while doing 90s, you wanna make sure that you're on the far right. So right here, as you can see, I'm like on the far right. What you want to do, you want to make sure that you're on this side, and when you're doing your 90s, like the Dr. Kai 90s or different types of 90s, you want to make sure you're like behind the stair and to the right. So right in the bottom right corner of your stair, you want to make sure you're always there, because that's how you're not going to get stuck underneath your floor, and you're going to keep being on top all the time. This way is easy because you're gonna get high really fast. You're gonna have consistent 90s, and if you keep doing this over and over again, you're just gonna become really cracked to the game. Another tip I would say is that don't try to be too fast with the game, because the game is a really slow-paced game. Like, one thing I'm gonna say is when you're placing your builds, don't try and switch really fast, because it's not a fast game. You gotta be steady with it. The turbo building is probably gonna increase over time, like with updates and stuff, but you really gotta go like really steady with it. You can't be too fast. So one thing I would say is that when you're building, you want to build really slow. Like, I know it sounds weird that you want to get better, but the game is probably going to get better with the mechanics and gameplay overall. But one thing I would say is that you want to make sure that you're not building too fast. You're not trying to do this and do that, because then you're going to end up presetting your builds, and it's very annoying because then you're stuck there and your opponent gets easy shots on you. Last tip is just to have fun. Like, it can be competitive at times, but you really just gotta enjoy the game. And once you start enjoying the game, you're gonna become better every single day. Every second you play the game, you're gonna keep getting better if you just enjoy it. Like, just enjoy the game. It's not always gonna be competitive. You can have some friends you can play it with. If you don't have any, I will leave a link to my Discord server in the bottom in the description. You can join our server and you can play with us at any time you feel free, anytime anybody's online. Appreciate each and every one of you guys for clicking on this video, showing some love. I'd appreciate if you guys all would leave a like if you haven't already. Like I said at the beginning, subscribe if you're new, because I'm really trying to hit 1K by the end of this year. I really appreciate all the support recently. It's been crazy. Mad love from everybody. I appreciate it, for real. So yeah, appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.